Today I'm going to show you my 5-minute face, a look that I have perfected over the years. I used to wear a lot of makeup every day, but now it is all about getting ready as quick as possible and looking presentable for my clients. So the first thing I do in the morning, I don't use any cleansers or any soaps in the morning to wash my face. I just rinse my face with water to remove any of the oils that produce while you're sleeping. And then I put on a moisturizer. My favorite moisturizer is by Optimira, which is anti-aging, which I've heard that you're supposed to use at the age of 25 and older, which is very sad. So anti-aging, extremely hydrating skincare. And I'll let this soak in for just a few minutes before I apply a SPF. My favorite SPF to use is by Eminence. Eminence Organics Tropical Vanilla Sunscreen. It's a sunscreen SPF 32, and you should wear sunscreen every single day, including in the winter, which I actually didn't know until my esthetician told me a few years ago. So this is really, again, important for keeping your skin young and healthy. So make sure to do that every day. And again, I let this soak in for a little bit, go eat your breakfast or whatnot, and then when I come back to my makeup, the first thing I do is use a primer. So a primer is going to help control oils throughout the day. It's going to stop you getting shiny, keep your makeup staying in place. For me, I like to use the Makeup Forever Green primer. I have a lot of redness in my skin, so the green is just going to color correct the redness in my skin. Killing two birds with one stone. So the next step is concealer for me. My favourite way to apply concealer is with a beauty blender, which I'm sure a lot of you have heard of. It's a very popular makeup sponge. As you can see, it begins very small like this. You wet it and it actually expands to this size. You can kind of blend all your concealer, get perfect edges, really iron out any of those creases. Concealer I'm not too fussy with, although Makeup Forever HD concealer is definitely my favourite for clients. Today I'm using Armani Cream Concealer, which you can get at London Drugs. So I dip my beauty blender into the concealer and I just start dabbing on the product in the areas that I want it. Make sure that the sponge isn't too wet, just down. I go under my eyes, around my nose, on my chin, any areas where there's pink or redness. So when you're happy with the amount of concealer that you've got on and you know the majority of the imperfections are hidden, I then love, this has been my favourite foundation for personal use, day-to-day wear for like 5 years. It's the Youngblood Mineral Cosmetics Loose Mineral Powder. So with this, I just decant it into the lid so it's nice and easy. And then with mineral powders, the tighter the bristles of the brush, the more dense that they are, the more coverage you're going to get faster. So if you're someone that just wants a little dusting of colour on the face, you could use a bigger brush and it'll just give you a little dusting. Me, I like a little bit more. Again, I have a lot of redness in my skin, so I kind of like to get rid of it. So I dab my brush into the powder, dust off a little bit of the excess, and then again I'm kind of use a pressing motion first, just to apply the product to the face. Center of the face first, and then I use circular motions just to buff the product in. And do make sure to blend this down your neck. Your neck tends to be quite white compared to the rest of your body, so just make sure to give that a little bit of attention too. I find with mineral powders they can sometimes have a little bit of a glow to them, which for me, even if I prime my skin, I tend to get a little bit oily throughout the day. Again, Youngblood. They have a rice setting powder, which basically, it's just a clear setting powder. It basically whips away all of the moisture. So as you can see, I'm a little bit shiny right now, so I go under my eyes, especially with this powder, just kind of pressing it in. And you could also use a brush for the rest of the face if you wanted to, but I just kind of focus this product in the areas that get shiny. T-zone, chin gets a little bit shiny too. Take a little bit of the bronzer on the brush here, and I just feel underneath my cheekbone where the dip is, and I just get the product in right there. And I do use a fair amount, and then just kind of use circular motions to buff it up. And if you've used too much, you feel like you brought it too low down, you can always use your powder brush just to erase. I love this brush because it's my little eraser. So again, kind of you can feel on your face where that dip is. Pop your brush there at the back and go back and forth. And then when you got it applied, little circular motions. And then if you feel you've got a little bit of an edge, just erase. Next, I use the same brush. I really am minimalistic with my own makeup routine. Everything in my kit is pretty much the rejects from my professional kit. So this one's from Physicians Formula, almost done. This one's a little bit of a light peachy kind of blush, but you can use whatever color you like. So I'm using the same brush, and this time I'm starting at the apples of the cheek here and just kind of dabbing the blush on and putting it just one row higher than where the contour is. The contour's lying down here, the blush can come just a little bit higher. If you are a person who has chubby cheeks, or you feel like you have chubby cheeks, you can focus your blush more on the sides to slim out the face. Or if you're a person that actually wants your cheeks to look a little bit more fuller in the apples, you can pop the blush right there and kind of skip the edges. I love to have a little bit of a highlight up here, so you can use any shimmery powder. Right now I have an OPI, it's kind of like a gold coloured face and body shimmer. So it's really easy, it's already in here, and I just dab it on. And it's basically just adding a little bit of glitter and shimmer on the sides of my face. So when I turn, you get that little bit of a glow there, which I love that look. So same for the eyes. This time I use something that's like a whiter eyeshadow or champagne shimmery eyeshadow. I just use my finger and I just get a little bit of that on the inside of the eye. It just kind of gives you a little bit of a angelic glow. I don't know, that's how I feel angelic. And glowing. And then I put a little bit on the brow bone too. I actually just skip eyeshadow altogether. You could add a quick wash of eyeshadow if you want to, but obviously every single extra step that you do is going to take you a little bit longer. If I don't have to be up at ridiculous o'clock in the morning, then maybe I will take that extra step, but generally I don't these days. So for lashes, I am absolutely hooked on the 3D false lash extensions, the Russian volume false lash extensions at the moment. They last like 6 weeks, and it basically means that I don't need to put any mascara on or curl my lashes or anything in the morning. It makes getting ready in the morning insanely fast. So I get mine done at the studio by Mika Does Makeup, which is in downtown Vancouver, Yaletown. So they're some of my favourite places to go to. So that's what I've got right now. So the way that you have to groom them is by taking a dry mascara wand, which you can ask for one when you get them done, or like you could buy a pack from the store if you really wanted to, or just take one from Shoppers. I suppose they'll probably have some on the sides. And I just kind of take the brush and brush down and roll the brush just to kind of brush them up. How many times can I say brush in the same sentence? And then you can just kind of separate your lashes. Obviously, if you didn't have the false lash extensions, you would want to curl your lashes and apply mascara as normal. I do still like to apply mascara on my bottom lashes. I always use a waterproof because I do find that sometimes non-waterproof mascara smudges down under my eyes, and that doesn't ever look good. So looking up and just really wiping off the excess first, and really gently just brushing back and forth motions to colour in your bottom lashes, which I just think adds a little bit of something to the eyes. Makes them look like a little doll like. If you had a lack of sleep that night and you're finding that you've got a lot of pink on the inside of the eye here, you could use a cream or a white if you want a more dramatic look. Eyeliner on the inside of the eye. So I tend to just quickly do a little cream colour just to kind of make myself look more awake, which is always good. Next is going to be my brows, which I'm obsessed with brows. The fastest and easiest way to do brows, in my opinion, is using, again, Youngblood. I love this mineral line. I've loved it for years, and they recently came out with an amazing eyebrow pencil. Just inside the centre. They say, whoever they is, to start on your weaker side, the side that you don't like as much. With the underneath of the brow, I press a little bit harder and just kind of draw a little bit of a line in there. And then at this point, following the direction of the hairs, I start going up. And then I would use my brush just to brush through. And because it is a pencil and a cream product, you can manipulate the shape a little bit when you're brushing it through. So I can kind of build the top there. You can use your finger to erase any areas that you need to. So at this point, I'm pretty happy. I've got my flawless skin, contour, blush, great brows, brushed through my lashes, done a little bit of highlighting on the eyes for that glowy look, and really to finish the look now is just lips. So it can be as simple as a tinted moisturizer if you want something really quick and easy. Right now I've got this new lipstick from Saint in shade Your Guardian Angel, which is a really nice soft pink. So this would be something more natural, and then I'll show you what a pop of color will look like too. So really, for day to day wear, I don't bother with lining my lips or anything like that, or gloss, unless I'm just gonna wear a gloss. But really you can wear whatever you want. So that's a little pop of color. Or if you wanted to go really dramatic that day, you could do like a red or a hot pink. Some of my favorite products actually for lips is Revlon Color Burst. This one's a matte balm. So I won't bother to take this one off. I'll just quickly show you what a brighter lip color can look like. Again, if you want to take the time to outline the lips or add gloss or something, you can, but generally I just kind of feel like this is pretty good, pretty presentable.
It's funny because your lips are already done.
Oh, what about a finishing spray?
Okay, just don't spray my camera.
I mean, I didn't talk about it, but where should I spray? And then you can just finish off with a finishing spray.
Oh my god, I'm covering my camera.
Oh, get on there still.
That's okay.